Pegasus! Yes! Yes!
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at a game called Phelios, and this was created by Namco in 1989 on their System 2 software. This is a kind of cool little shoot 'em up with Greek mythology infused into the gameplay, and this had a very good Sega Genesis or Mega Drive port, which I used to have in 1990. But the gist of the game is that you are Apollo, god of the sun, and you are astride Pegasus, the winged horse, to try to rescue, in the game, your girlfriend Artemis, and she is goddess of the moon, from the evil Typhon. Although in actual Greek mythology, Apollo and Artemis are brother and sister. And Artemis was also goddess of the hunt, and she took pride in never having been with men. So they definitely took some liberties with the storyline in this game. But this has nice anime-styled graphics, and it almost feels like bondage porn, seeing her constantly tied up. But you get to shoot these little winged symbols that give you power-ups. And you can also hold down the fire button for a couple seconds and then release for a charged shot. And you see at the bottom there's a charge meter that fills up with red when you hold down the button. You only have 2 hits in this game. You can take 1 hit, and then you only have 1 heart left, and when you lose that heart, you will lose a life. And you can choose Novice or Advanced settings. If you play Novice, you only get to play like 4 stages out of, I think it's like 6 or something. Can't remember for sure. But Advance will allow you to play all the stages. This game has great music, good graphics. It's kind of fun. I like it. This was not released in America, I believe. I think only Japan, maybe Europe. I don't know for sure, but pretty sure it was not released in America. The Sega Genesis version, of course, or Mega Drive version, of course, was in America. And like I said, I owned that one. I prefer it over the arcade one because it's a little easier. The arcade one is pretty tough. For these guys, you want to charge a shot to take out those flying enemies there. Sometimes you will fly downwards, and now we have. That's just for a short while. It's almost always just regular vertical scrolling action. Now we have a weapon called Beam. And the special weapons last as long as you use them. Sometimes in shoot 'em ups, if you only have a timed special weapons, they just run on the timer, and when a certain time runs out, then you can't use that special weapon anymore. But for this game, it lasts as long as you use it. So if you want to back off and save it for a boss, you can do that. And now this part, you fly downwards. This kind of perspective was not in the Genesis port, from what I remember. You need to shoot that little sensor between those skulls enough to destroy it. And then you can fly normally here, and you reach a temple. There are some Greek mythology bosses in this game, like Medusa. Yeah, you will get option, and these are additional allies, little orbs that shoot when you do, just like in Gradius or a bunch of other games. And yeah, I saved the beam for Medusa. Whoops. She's not too hard, just kind of keep moving, and when she stops, she's going to fire at you, so make sure that you don't get hit. Yeah, that kind of sucks that you're only a two-hit kill in this game. Kind of like, what was it, Namco's Dragon Spirit? Although maybe that was a dip switch adjustable. Maybe that's the same in this one. Yeah, you won't even need to charge shots much with Medusa. Just keep moving out of the way of her shots, and then just fire back. Yeah, more bondage porn with Artemis. There's some text here and there, and it often has bad Engrish. But yeah, the music and the graphics are close enough in the Genesis port to definitely make it a worthy addition to your Genesis collection or Mega Drive collection. The shots by I think those robed guys can be very confusing, because they like rise very slowly and then they come downwards at you very fast, so watch out for that. I think in the Genesis port you can charge a shot and take out a whole group of enemies like those guys with one shot, and you'll get bonus points. You don't get the bonus points in the arcade version. This, of course, wasn't the first shooter to have Greek mythology type of themes. That would be Legendary Wings, or at least it was an earlier example of it. This part gets really hard. You need to take out these enemy generators real quick, because they will shoot enemies as they rotate around you. Not as easy as it looks. And now we fly into the dungeon here. Now this gets really difficult, and we now have the, did they call this a cross? But we have a new weapon that will bounce around on the cavern walls. Don't really spare this. You don't need to, like for a tough boss or something. Just it's kind of useful, because the enemies will hide in tough to reach places, and that ricocheting a cross weapon can hit them. Beam is one of my favorite weapons. It's stronger than the regular or the other weapons. Yeah, if you play the Genesis version or Mega Drive version, it's much easier than this. This gets pretty hard. I'm trying to remember what the boss is coming up on this stage. Not every character or whatever is steeped in Greek mythology. Some of it's made up, by Namco. I like the little eek sounds that these enemies make when you shoot them. This was suggested, by the way, by YouTube user Nathan Williams. I was planning to do Sexy Parodius, but I couldn't get it to work. I might give it another shot one of these days and see if I can figure out how to get it to work. And this is, I guess, the three blind women or something. I forget what they're called, but this is kind of tough. You need to shoot that orb enough. Try to hit it with some charged shots if you can. In the meantime, the old women are trying to shoot you, and their heads spit out these little fireballs or whatever the hell they are. Maybe they're eyeballs. But this boss is kind of tough. But if you can hit that crystal with enough charged shots, might make your job a little bit easier. But you can shoot off the hands of the old women that are trying to cast spells at you. Do that too. Maybe use charged shots on their hands too. Because it's easier to focus on the crystals when you don't have to dodge shots. You still will have to dodge some shots from the actual heads. Yeah, definitely if you are a Sega Genesis or a Mega Drive game collector, whoops, pick up Phelios. It's a pretty decent game. Good anime style graphics. And that is Typhon. He will, you can only fight him, his true form, if you selected the difficulty or advanced difficulty or whatever it was called. More bondage porn. They didn't really tone down the bondage type of theme in the Genesis or Mega Drive port. You can still see her tied up all the time. Those flying power-ups that you shoot to release the power-ups, you can collide with them and get hurt, or die if you just have one heart left. So don't embarrass yourself and do that. This level gets pretty difficult. There will be a point. Don't run into that little island thing in the middle, that floating rock. There gets to be a point coming up here where enemies will fly from behind. They will also fly from in front. This gets really difficult. Like I said, I don't think that kind of 3D-ish look of scrolling down lower was in the Genesis or Mega Drive version. So the text even warns you that the Griffin, I think they called them, were coming from behind. And they'll also come from in front, like there. It's a good idea to never stop shooting in this game. Oops, I didn't pick that up. Sorry, the audio might not be synced just right. It's not off by a whole lot, though. Whoops, damn it. It was way off for when I was doing Sexy Parodius, so I decided not to finish. I might get back to it one of these days, though. I've got a few surprises coming up planned. Some special videos. Hope you're having a great weekend. Had some good football today. My team won. I was happy to see that. I still think Josh Allen needs to play a little bit better. but the defense really showed well. They had, I think, 6 sacks. They put Tua Tagovailoa, or Vailoa, or however the hell you pronounce his name, they put him out of the game. I think Jacoby Brissett played much better anyway. Ah, damn it. Ah. Yeah, that stage just starts getting really tough. You can earn extra lives, I think. Maybe at 60,000 points? I don't remember for sure. Yeah, the game, the rock walls separate here. And then shortly after, the griffins will come from behind and then in front. This part was still difficult in the Genesis port. Damn it! Yeah, there were some. I think that's my game. Yep. You can choose not to continue, and she'll be disappointed with you. Why don't you save me? You are not brave enough. And then you get to put in your initials if you made the high score list, and you really should. And you might not make the top score like I did here, but the lowest score is like 10,000 points, yeah. Well, that is Phelios. We will now look at least snippets of the rest of the game. And like I said, this is me playing on the Novice difficulty, so we will only get to play like 4 stages worth, and you will not get to face the true final boss. There will this is it looks like a harpy. They gave her a name, I forget what it is. Oh, Siren. It's supposed to be Siren. Yeah, there's some bad Engrish at times. Her beams are super fast, so you gotta watch out for that. And I think they have a particular pattern that you can kind of memorize, perhaps. Kind of like that clunking or clanking of the skeleton's feet on the ground. And they call him Apollon. No, it's Apollo. Hey, she's not chained up or tied up for once. She's laying on a bed or something. Apollon, I want to go back to a happier time, I guess. Yep. Yeah, that in the there's like a Japanese and I think like a world ROM or something, and the Japanese one has only Japanese text. And now we have kind of a lava type of stage. These statues that are spitting fireballs take forever to destroy their head. So this stage gets really difficult. By this time, as you can see, I put on invincibility. I mean, I didn't for the initial gameplay, but I did for when I finished stage 3 afterward. That was all invincibility cheat. There is like at least one area where the invincibility cheat will not work and you can still die, and we'll look at that later on. And this is a fire boss, and you have to watch out for his hands coming downwards. And this guy has a bajillion frickin' flames falling down. Very hard to avoid. So I'm not going to bother avoiding him. since I have invincibility on. But there might be a little bit of slowdown, sprite overload slowdown, or whatever you want to call it, that can work in your favor, because it slows down, you'll have more time to react to the falling fireballs. Yeah, the Sega Genesis had some really nice shoot-em-ups. This one and Insector X, I thought were very good shoot-em-ups. That was Antios. I don't know if that's supposed to be his real name or if he has a name similar to that. Cry louder and get him here. It's kind of a S&M feel to it. Apollon. And that's supposed to be Scilla, I think. S-C-Y-L-L-A. And that's supposed to be Cerberus, I think, instead of Kerberos. The game will give you a special sword at some point. They call it a light sword here. And there it is. Yeah, they had that in the Genesis port too. It was very nice. It was tough for me to beat the game without a Game Genie code that allowed me to use the sword all the time, because I think you have to charge normally to use the special sword. Apollon beat Typhon at last. And this is the ending for the Novice difficulty. And she is free of her bonds. So she can embrace her lover, who is in reality is supposed to be her brother. Hope they didn't mean for incestual overtones in this game. But now we get the closing credits to Phelios, created by Namco in 1989. And we will look at the extra stages that you did not get to see in the Novice difficulty level. We will see those stages in the expert or advanced level, whatever they called it. You get 4 letters to put in for your initials instead of just 3 in this game. 3 being the standard for arcades. I don't know if being a game from Japan that they usually gave you more letters to select from. I've seen that in a number of games from Japan. They got a lot more initials, but I don't know if that was the norm. See you again someday. Maybe their relationship involves bondage. I would think that she wouldn't want that anymore. But at any rate, we're going to go ahead and have a look at the advanced setting, or at least the stages that we did not get to play in normal or novice or whatever difficulty. I am looking forward to, is it Columbus Day coming up in October? I'll have a 4-day weekend because I took an extra day off. I've gotten all the major projects done around the house. I'm really happy with that. Hopefully I can just kick back and relax for a few years or so and not have to worry about anything else failing or breaking down or whatever. It's enough money spending. Time to start saving towards my retirement, which I expect to be doing in probably about 15 years or so. having the house paid off by then, which should be happening, that will definitely help. Because Social Security isn't nearly what you'd hope it would be. But yeah, this is one of the stages that you did not get to see from the Novice stage. That little makes me think of Mario jumping in Donkey Kong. Yeah, you have these giant spiked balls that move around on this stage. There are just simple black ones, and then we'll see these red ones that will explode and scatter shrapnel all over the place, so you gotta watch out for that. Well, it'll explode when another ball runs into it. And we'll scoot forward to reaching the temple here. The Temple of Scilla, Scylla. I believe that's what they're referring to. I don't remember a whole lot about Greek mythology from class. They have a different voice that tells you your power-ups as you collect them. Here is where you can have invincibility on in MAME, but you can still die if you touch those purple orbs, or if you run into those ice shards or crystal shards. So let's just beat this boss here. Thank goodness, that sound effect was starting to get really annoying. Apollon beat Scilla. Interesting effect of her running and she fall on her ass. Clumsy girl. You can't get away from me. Yeah, like I was saying, you will see a final form of whatever his name was, Typhon, and it'll take forever to kill. And maybe you were supposed to have been given the special sword to fight him. I was playing, I think, with a cheat that might have negated the ability to have that sword by that point. I think it was like always have your charge attack or something. I don't remember for sure. I like that you can push these guys into the water with your shots. You could do that in the Genesis port too, to a number of enemies. Yeah, Kerberos, that's not right. Cerberus. Three-headed creature. Yeah, it's a different voice that says speed up or option or whatever power-up they're giving you in the Genesis or Mega Drive port. Yeah, one of these days I'll probably get back to trying to finish Sexy Parodius. I personally don't think it's as good as the other Parodius games, Parodius Da or Fantastic Journey, or the arcade releases of Parodius that I've played. I'm sorry, I can't really comment too much on the printed text there. I'm playing in kind of a smaller window, so I can't really see what all the text is. these creepy hands. I can't remember what if they did something in the Genesis port. They might have grabbed onto you and like brought you back somewhere, or brought you back earlier in the stage or something. This has destructible walls, like in a number of Gradius type of games, shoot 'em ups, and then these rolling balls will fall through the cracks and try to hit you. Over Columbus Day weekend, I will have to take my dog back to the vet. She's not in really bad shape or anything. She just needs a checkup. Yeah, you can destroy those orbs, and they'll release power-ups. Those orange orbs. And we're coming up to the final fight with Typhon, and this is the true Typhon, not the image that we saw on an earlier stage that appeared and disappeared and then reappeared somewhere else. The Temple of Typhon. I remember this game kind of makes me think of Clash of the Titans, a really cool movie from the early 80s. I really enjoyed that movie. It was pretty cool. The remake, I've heard, wasn't nearly as good. I hadn't seen it. Really a low-res look down there. Yeah, it looks like we have the imposter Typhon again, but then he transforms into the real Typhon, and he's gigantic. And it takes absolutely forever to bring down unless you have that magic sword, which you were probably supposed to have picked up by this point, but I had a cheat on, so it didn't let me do that, I guess. But you can get that magic sword in the Genesis or Mega Drive port. Yeah, it was always called the Genesis in America, but in at least Europe and probably Japan, it was called Mega Drive. Yeah, with all those orbs that he's shooting at you, it's hard to get a clean shot at him. So it took forever for me to bring him down. So I just kind of chopped up the video and sped it up so I'd destroy him. Of course, I should have been dead 100 million times by now. Apollon beat Typhon at last. And this is... I have just beaten the true game of Phelios by playing the advanced setting, or expert, or whatever it was called, I can't remember. The ending doesn't look any different, really. Yeah, very, very nice graphics. Very fun game. I really wish you could collect more hearts. I only was able to get 2, so I was just a 2-hit kill. You can get more in the Genesis port. In fact, I think the game starts you out with 3. And you can change the options setting to have 5 hearts, I believe. Or maybe it was 7 too, I don't remember. But it also has expert and or advanced and novice type of settings, or normal settings. I think there might have also been an easy one, I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played it for the Genesis, but I remember it being pretty good. Is that Disneyland, the Magical Kingdom? Kind of looks like it. At any rate, that is Phelios, created by Namco in 1989, which ran on the System 2 software, and the Genesis or Mega Drive port was in 1990. And this was suggested by YouTube user Nathan Williams. Yeah, I'll maybe look at a couple more requests or something, and then I wanna throw out a little bit of a surprise. Maybe someday I'll get back to restaurant reviews, but my brother lives way out in Estacada, so we're probably not going to do that as much these days. Well, that was Phelios, created by Namco in 1989 on the System 2 software. Also had a good Genesis Mega Drive port in 1990. Well, this is Crazy Climber 80, so thanks for watching Phelios. Hope you have a great weekend, and I will catch you later in the near future with another video. Y'all take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.